Today, we are introducing Ad Creative AI version 5, featuring two revolutionary AI models with unseen outputs that bring high conversion rates. The first, Product Photoshoot AI, transforms your product photos into stunning product shoots and on-brand, high conversion rate optimized ads in seconds. Product Photoshoot AI uses a series of open source and closed source AI models, trained with our unparalleled dataset of over 1 billion ad creatives across 5 platforms and over 150 countries. The second, Creative Scoring AI, analyzes your ad creatives and tells you which ones will perform better in terms of conversion rate and brand recall. It also provides actionable insights to improve ad performance. This in-house developed, unique AI model generates over 140 data points for each ad creative you upload and creates extremely high accuracy eye movement prediction for even further optimizations. In addition to these two unique AI models, Ad Creative AI version 5 introduces several new features and improvements. These include our Creative Studio editor, which allows you to make any changes after generating your ad creatives by simply dragging and dropping components. We are also introducing an improved version of our highly popular Competitor Insights AI. Now you can track your competitors' best performing ad visuals on any advertising platform, including insights into where they drive most of their sales, so you're always one step ahead. Ad Creative AI version 5 marks a significant milestone in our journey to redefine advertising through AI, enabling advertisers, brands, and creative professionals to achieve ad performance levels and work efficiency that were once thought impossible. Ad Creative AI version 5 is available starting from today.
Io sono un grande appassionato di mercati finanziari, io amo i mercati finanziari.
Stefano Locar Pignatari, un trader e un investitore professionista, ex manager presso vari fondi di investimento, tra cui un hedge fund che gestiva il patrimonio delle 50 famiglie più ricche d'Italia. Sei apparso anche su diverse testate giornalistiche, Milano Finanza, La Stampa, L'Avvenire, ADN Kronos e molte altre.
E io sono uno di quelli che si è laureato, ero un giovane squattrinato, possiamo dire. Ho fatto proprio un salto di qualità proprio a livello personale nei concetti che in Italia difficilmente si possono imparare. Era qualcosa di innovativo. Già lavorare per un hedge fund non è facile. Stiamo parlando di miliardi di dollari in gestione e ho avuto la fortuna di poter scoprire cosa funzionava e che cosa non funzionava. Per gli investitori definiti anche molto spesso high net worth individuals, i tempi sono cambiati. Il piano B oggi non è più pensabile tramite i classici piani di investimento. Siamo nell'era delle difficoltà, ma anche nell'era delle opportunità. Il mondo, come sai, è cambiato e il metodo che oggi vi parlerò ti consente di ottenere dei ritorni che fino a pochi anni fa erano alla portata solo di questo tipo di persone facoltose.
Okay. Hai aiutato più di 2500 persone fino ad ora a crearsi una seconda entrata sui mercati finanziari.
Abbiamo un sacco di testimonianze come Leonardo, 59 anni, 1200 euro al mese di seconda entrata.
Ma io sono qua invece che voglio sempre metterti
Allora,
il bastone tra le ruote.
quello che ti posso raccontare però è quello che ho guadagnato l'anno scorso. Con un capitale di 45.000 euro circa sono arrivato a realizzare in un anno oltre 100.000 euro, quindi stiamo parlando di 150-160.000 euro di capitale totale. Ma ottenere cifre così con un'attività immobiliare, quanto capitale devi investire? Vuoi aprirti una pizzeria? Vuoi investire in un'attività imprenditoriale? Quanti migliaia di euro devi investire? Qui stiamo parlando di entrare in un settore in 2, 3, 4, esagero, 6 mesi, andare in moto e guadagnare una seconda entrata. Non ho rischio fallimento, decido io quando farlo, quando non farlo.
Ti faccio la domanda da 100 milioni di dollari.
Ok.
Ci fai vedere qualcosa?
Assolutamente sì.
Benvenuti alla primissima puntata di Finanza Svelata Podcast, il podcast firmato Plutoni.
Oh my god! Something just swirled its way up here. This is actually it attaching to you. I'm the one dying over here. My head hurts, my jaw hurts, my ribs hurt. It feels like a fucking laser is being shot through my head. It sounded like a woman said something right here. Oh, my heart is racing. That doesn't fucking happen. It sounded like a serpent just went. It was a fucking madhouse. Swarms of people coming here dying. And I saw a fucking like lightning bolt out of the light. Both of those unscrewed. And you said, ha ha. It's 100% convinced me that you're here. And you're making yourself very well known. Who's doing this? Is this fun for you? Is this place just pure evil? This vengeance? Oh, evil bullets. Hello.
I don't know.
How can you do this?
He's right. We've all taken life. We can't judge him.
And yet, judgment is here.
Wait! Wait! I'm a good man. And I'm here because of that. I stood by my beliefs, rejected my last mission.
Peacemakers don't desert.
There is a dying star that threatens a life planet. And the Council wanted me to offer them our help.
And you wouldn't go.
The planet is Nineveh. We help them, and they will only attack us again. I'm trying to stop future wars.
How long have you known this wasn't a storm? But the Council? When did you know you were responsible?
I'm doing this to save lives. For peace.
Keep telling yourself that. You've brought death here.
I didn't do this!
You can stop it! You can stop it.
Counselor. You won't get this, but I need to try. I'm in. I don't know where I am. No, Counselor. Counselor. You wanted me. You've got me right where you wanted me, so what? What now? You've set me up to fail. I trusted you. Didn't I give you years?
went to Mars looking for water, for signs of life. But what we found was beyond anything that we could have ever imagined. That we should never have gone there.
Are you seeing this?
Some things are just better left unfound.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I don't know what I'm seeing. This is some kind of a door.
We awakened something that should never ever have been disturbed. Something that's from beyond this horrible, horrible things. When I close my eyes, now it's here. And it's gonna pull this whole world apart.
Create amazing videos of the highest quality with Artlist templates.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, and we ain't done yet. But a new crib, that's a goddamn flex.
Find exactly what your video needs and make it your own with the perfect license to fit all your creative needs. So go to artlist.io now and start creating.
Dagon by H.P. Lovecraft. I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tomorrow I shall be no more. Penniless and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below. Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death. It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet, of which I was supercargo, fell a victim to the German sea raider. The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation, so that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due to us as naval prisoners. So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time. When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings. Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator. Of the longitude I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was, for my hellish blood be wonder at so prodigious and unexpected. The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish and of other hideous. There was yet there. The sun was blazing down from a sky. By the 4th,
one of the best days of my
Colour Out of Space 2019. The gardeners want a place to live in peace, away from the hustles of the 21st century, and so they move into a secluded farm in rural New England. As they're adjusting to their new life, things take a drastic turn after a meteorite crashes into their front yard. The nature of the meteorite is such that it melts into the earth, and something in the meteorite infects surroundings. This malignant force takes a toll on everything as time begins to dilate, and the nature around the characters takes an otherworldly colour. Even the Gardner family humanity isn't spared and the extraterrestrial force affects their minds and bodies too. Can they find a way to save themselves, or will the apocalyptic consequences be the end of them? This is a more modernized adaptation of Color Out of Space by H.P. Lovecraft, and we have to give full credit to director Richard Stanley for handling the challenge rather well. It's not the easiest thing to find the right combination of humor, body horror, and cosmic horror, but the movie manages to score full marks in all departments. Richard Stanley certainly makes the most of his return to cinema after a long time, and his efforts wouldn't have been so effective without the brilliance of Nicolas Cage, who is an absolute showstopper. There isn't a single dull moment when he's on screen, and you wouldn't worry about the slow start to the narrative when the story sets up perfectly. The effects are glorious, and it's a visual treat for all viewers, so overall Color Out of Space deserved a lot more love and appreciation than what it received, because it's easily one of the most impressive Lovecraftian movies of the last few years. Underwater, 2020. The story is set in the year 2050, and in this futuristic world, a research and drilling facility, Kepler 822, is working at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. In the depths of the ocean, things go south when the facility seems to have been struck by a strong earthquake that destroys a part of the structure. As the crew try to get to safety, they realize they have to walk across the ocean floor for quite a distance in order to reach another station. There's various threats, such as the insanely high water pressure that can be fatal, the dark water, and the unknown surroundings, and the crew must take part in this perilous journey. However, they will soon find out that the real threat to their life is from a dangerous deep-sea creature that is always on the prowl. Is an escape from this near-death situation even possible? Underwater is not a movie for those who have anxiety issues, because the tension and suspense in the narrative will be just a bit too much. The story will remind you of sci-fi horror classics such as Aliens or The Abyss, and it's a commendable effort from a newcomer director and writers with little experience to put together such an engaging drama. The cinematography in the film is truly out of this world, and the special effects fit the puzzle like the perfect missing piece. To its credit, the movie doesn't try to stretch its runtime, which means there's no boring moments in there. There's even a bit of comic relief momentarily that takes you out of the high pressure zone, and the acting performances leave nothing to complain about either. So all in all, Underwater is Lovecraftian entertainment at its finest, and this is as close to his works as you will get in the recent past. The Cloverfield Paradox, 2018. The story is set in futuristic Earth, where an energy crisis has reached unimaginable proportions. The global settings crash into an era of turmoil and conflict, and unless the energy crisis is resolved, it's clearly going to end up in absolute destruction. Meanwhile, a multinational crew of scientists is working at the Cloverfield station in space, and they're testing out a device which can potentially generate enough energy for all the countries on Earth. However, there is a terrifying
It's just... Maybe I can come in.
From The Twilight Zone to Hannibal, the absolute gems of horror television series have left a lasting effect on our brains. With their spine-chilling story plots, startling visuals, and the perfect illustration of major themes like horror, gore, and supernatural elements, the genre now has a firm grip on its audience. Whether on small or big screens, the portrayal of impeccable horror plots has left the audience in awe. Always, Ori then shows how the brothers go through immense. The central concept behind the series is to show how humans still look forward to selfish acts while in self-preservation. The series explores scenarios and how the world would be after the inevitable apocalypse. It shows numerous alternatives of how aliens would fit themselves in post-apocalypse and how the world's domination by yogurt would turn out. Each short film has a unique plot with different genres and unique styles of visualization and animation. The series navigates through various themes like dystopia, the extinction of the human race, gender inequality, robot takeover, and so much more an individual can just think of but cannot explain. Each episode runs approximately for 30 minutes with insanely amazing storylines. Indeed, the events will let you dwell on the reality of each episode. Hence, it would not be wrong to say that for many people, it would be an escape from reality who vividly dream and imagine the world from a sci-fi lens. American Horror Story, 2011. The television horror series is an anthology, however, it is more appropriately perceived as a mini-series, as each season brings a standalone story. Each season has its plot with a beginning, middle, and the end. However, you may find the same characters appearing in new seasons again, portraying new roles. Murder House shows a family living in a haunted house, and the story town that traps trauma, surviving, unwillingly putting yourself first when it 7 seasons, bringing forth entire. With multiple directors involved, the show allowed many creative people to push their creative boundaries and explore various horror subgenres. Tales from the Dark Side, 1983, an anthology series created by George A. Romero, aired from 1983 to 1988. Many stories in the show have been adapted, fixed on the screen, and written on it. Throughout 8 seasons, The Last of Us, 2023. The show is based on a game developed by Naughty Dog. It is set 20 years later, in 2023, when the zombie fungal infection took over the US. The show starts with Dr. Newman, an epidemiologist, discussing the possible viral pandemic outbreak. He talks about how fungus could be the end of humanity. The show has depicted fungi not interested in killing, but taking control of the human brain, altering its functioning. The fungi in the series multiply in the brains, and soon, with the rise of the Earth's atmosphere due to global warming, if the virus contacts the human brain, it would be unstoppable. The Last of Us is not about bringing forth average zombie figures, but cordyceps. The show follows a smuggler, Joe, portrayed by Pedro Pascal, who tries to get an immune girl, Ellie, played by Bella Ramsey, safely in the hands of doctors so that a cure is possible. The father-daughter chemistry has emotionally wrecked us. All of us were hooked on the phrase, "It's okay, baby girl, I got you." Ellie had grown up in a world devoid of normalcy and love and without any parental figure. We see how Joe fills up the hollow space in her life, which is truly beautiful. Eventually, they develop a rock-solid bond, sharing their pasts, history, trauma, and the losses of loved ones. It artfully delivers the message that human preservation lies only in the relationships we build, depicted in the show via Bill and Frank's relationship. Chucky 2021. This program is a sequel to the show Cult of Chucky. Being set 3 weeks later, the events of Cult of Chucky follow the life of a teenage boy, Jake Wheeler. Jake buys a good guy doll from a yard sale. He soon unearths that the doll is possessed by the soul of a criminal, Chance, nicknamed Chucky. Strange incidents including murders start occurring in Hackensack, New Jersey, linked to the doll. Jake becomes the prime suspect in these incidents. Some of his school friends also find themselves connected to them.
What's up, fellow film enthusiasts, and welcome to another Genre Suggestions. So in the last video I covered the steampunk genre, and as promised this week's video will be on Lovecraftian inspired cosmic horror. Now, cosmic horror is an exciting genre because even if you're a movie buff or someone who just likes to watch scary films, there's a high chance this might already be one of your favorite subgenres without you even realizing it. Now, my definition of cosmic horror boils down to movies that must have a terrified protagonist. Not because of the monsters or their dangerous surroundings, but because at some point in the movie, they realize that they have absolutely no power to change anything in the environment that surrounds them. Therefore, films where the main characters struggle to fight against something that cannot be challenged, a battle that technically can't be won. In short, movies that don't really have a happy ending. Also, I want you to bear in mind I'm going to be covering cosmic horror themed films. Movies that I feel do a fantastic job at adapting Lovecraftian themes, not movies based on the works of H.P. Lovecraft, as I will be doing a separate video for you guys on that topic. So first up this week is Annihilation. Almost 12 months after her husband is presumed dead during a covert mission, Lena, a biologist still in grieving, is suddenly approached by her missing spouse at their home. Remembering nothing of his time away, their reunion is cut short when he abruptly falls sick. In order to try and help him, she signs up for a dangerous secret expedition into a mysterious environmental disaster zone known as the Shimmer, where the laws of nature apparently don't apply. Another film that fell victim to being wrongly labeled as an adventure fantasy sci-fi on Rotten Tomatoes, Annihilation is a thought-provoking horror that has some solid performances that match its.
What is it? I don't know.
form of anything as the destruction of these movies. A rescue crew advised by the ship's creator is assembled to retrieve any survivors and to investigate what exactly happened in the original over-the-top action sequences, and can be pretty funny at times.
We're leaving.
The Last Wave. Taboo. He is suddenly time thinking about it. He was unable to escape one of those haunting mood-driven movies that mistakenly determined.
Course correct.
Negative. We can't avoid sealing our ports and filter intakes as a precaution. Tacoma, something is happening. Filters, they aren't working. Stand by.
Langley, you're breaking formation. Respond.
USS Texas. I mean Tacoma. I don't know. It's so dark.
Langley, respond. Mother of God.
The exact location where this incident occurred has not been determined. No trace of the USS Tacoma has been found. The aquatic entity SCP-3000 has not been located.
If you'd like to learn more on how I made this, check out my tutorial channel. And big thanks to all my awesome supporters on Patreon.
When you get your next big idea, say sparkly ketchup, Grammarly's tone suggestions can help pitch it with confidence to get your team on board.
Did you see her email?
Already calling vendors.
Oh no, a project hiccup.
We need a squeezy bottle.
Good idea. With a more diplomatic approach, your request will get a better response. Problem solved. Grammarly can make all the difference in your professional success. Click the blue button to download Grammarly today.
Antarctica, the desolate and isolated continent at the bottom, who embarked on a mission to driven by curiosity, entered the structure, which the temperature dropped drastically, and the air grew thicker with an unnatural cold. They soon realized that they were not alone. Shadows moved in the periphery of their vision, and eerie whispers filled the air.
The reason we couldn't ram was because of a noise we were...
That's us all, son. You're going somewhere no man has ever been, not even a native.
If it is ice wedged behind the propeller and you can pry it out, well, you'll have grabbed the ring twice in one morning.
Right.
Observe my signals. 1 pull on the tube means half a fathom slack. 2 means the tube is kinked, likely on the gunnel. 3, pull me up. If water floods the suit, it'll be exponentially harder to lift me and exponentially more urgent, so all of you be ready on the line.
There should be a surgeon here. They're just below, Mr. Collins. Proceed.
You're a pilgrim to the deeps. And remember, God lies in all realms.
Propeller's bent. One of the blades. Upright some ice from behind. I think she'll spin now, sir.
Is there anything else to report?
No, sir.
Capital job, Mr. Collins. Graham, let the engineers know, and signal terror. Have Captain Crozier bring his lieutenants over.
Sir.
We need to confer about the ice that's in front of us now. I envy you, Mr. Collins. I have long wanted to move below. What was it like?
Like a dream, sir.
Excuse me. Afwan, Badi. Samahani, Nambo, Nipishi.
Wanker.
Hey, what do you think this does?
This is all, son. You're going somewhere no man has ever been, not even a native.
If it is ice wedged behind the propeller, you can...
I have long wanted to move below. What was it like?
Like a dream, sir.
You must wonder what we're doing here in your part of the world. We are from England, very far away. We've come here to find a way through to China and India.
Now is our moment to stride to our glory and to our destiny.
Our situation is more dire than you may understand.
That is how you already see it. In need of saving.
I do.
Our men have been out there in unimaginable temperatures. No one can convince me that optimism or confidence is wrong enough.
As a trusted friend once put it, this place wants us dead. What could have done that?
There must be a bear.
A bear did that. We found only one set of prints. Large, 20 inches across.
I do not believe it is an animal we battle.
Not a man, not a bear. And what?
Whether it was our grief or fatigue, I cannot say, but some of us became convinced that it continued to track us. Here, back to the ship. It's the ice, Georgie. It's only the ice.
I will not lose another man.
We may lose all our men.
And once it's past all hope, the mind goes unnatural, it thought.
What kind of thoughts?
The darkness.
This kind of darkness, do you see it among us here?
Поздравляю, мы вышли в открытый космос. Все мы квалифицированные специалисты. Среди нас есть ученые, инженеры. Так что не мне раздавать указания вам, господа, но придерживаемся инструкций.
Ни хрена тут скафандров.
Мой желтый. Черта с два.
Что за детский сад?
Я сейчас.
Сняли свои побрякушки или полетите дышать свежим воздухом? То-то же. Что за...
Какой остался?
Я это не надену.
Все готовы? Ну все, приступаем к работе.
Это фиолетовый.
Да не бери в голову. Слушай, вот и я тут подумал. Смотрел же фильм «Чужой»?
Нет.
Вот, допустим, вылупился из моего живота детеныш чужого. И тут назревает справедливый вопрос. Делает ли это меня его матерью?
Скорее отцом.
Да, может отцом. Но, ну что, если я не готов ко всей этой ответственности? Вот ты знаешь, можно ли кормить детеныша спаржей?
Я ненавижу спаржу. Я бы кормил его мясом.
Да ну, он же может вырасти хищником.
Тогда делай аборт, если боишься неожиданностей. Я тебе что, психолог?
Ладно, мне вообще в эту сторону.
Эй, ты там как? А, черт!
Я не знаю, как это произошло, но синего больше нет. Сотворивший это монстр сейчас стоит среди нас, как ни в чем не бывало. Кто-нибудь видел что-нибудь подозрительное?
Не шевелись.
В чем дело?
У тебя в животе кто-то есть.
Чё?
От него веет чувством голода.
Погоди, ты чё, сюжет чужого пересказываешь?
Твою ж.
Может, Белый его и завалил?
Ну да, и сам же об этом всем рассказал.
Чтобы отвести подозрение.
Как ты такой огромный мозг в скафандр запихал?
А вот ты сними свой, посмотрим на твои лживые глаза.
Да без проблем.
Что за... Чё за матрешка?
Это русский, не обращай внимания.
Что это?
Нет.
Всем спокойно. Предатель хочет нас разделить. Нам надо добраться до электрощита, но сделаем по-умному. Берем друг друга за руки и следим, чтобы никто не отбивался. Идти будем вдоль стен. Я буду первым, а Белый замыкающим. Все делаем строго по...
Свет!
Твою мать! Давайте за ним!
Работай! Давай, работай!
Нет, ну как же так? Ну уже, просыпайся!
Да нет никаких звуков в открытом космосе. Вот если дам газку снаружи, разве ты это услышишь?
Да говорю, радиосвязь у нас, и все это слышат.
Вот черт, ты раньше мог сказать?
Ах ты!
Я так и знал.
Это не то, что вы...
У меня от этой космической еды скоро задница лопнет. Ты уверен, что слышно? И во время взлета было?
Во время взлета? Вот оно что. А я думал, это у меня костюм стравливает.
Я починил свет.
Ты как?
Тебя же...
Вот дерьмо.
Куда это он?
Так, к черту, все по новой. Кто-то из нас предатель, и я не имею ни малейшего понятия, кто это. Поэтому просто держитесь от меня подальше. Да стоп! Опять! Держимся вместе!
Проверку прошло. Работает. Идеал!
Может, зря мы его.
Но че он на эмоции выводит?
Это да.
А! Я так и знал, что это ты. Ты мне всегда не нравился. Такой весь, типа, успешный. Чмошник. Со школы тебя.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 sci-fi horror movies. Creatures from the silver screen. That's kind of a shame because this gelatinous alien has made quite heck. Look out! Number 19. A mini cinematic universe for director Matt Reeves and producer J.J. Abrams.
Run!
The film dishes out equal doses of classic monster movie tropes and science fiction, all the while employing the found footage style of filmmaking popular at the time. Sure, the shaky cam and first-person POV doesn't always come across as believable during an alien invasion, but the chaotic tension and unpredictable violence that occurs more than makes up for these faults. And at the end, Cloverfield feels like the start of something special, with a fresh perspective on an old genre.
One of the best days of my life is here, yeah.
It could be argued that the subgenre of folk horror is the bedrock upon which
Looking well, my friend.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting harsh reviews and considerably over the year comparisons to Alien.
Remind me of things.
I'm 34.
The story of the accurate, the stories. Director Jaco van Dormal's film just qualities for protagonist Nemo Nobody, stemming from the as it makes you persuade.
What do you mean?
Be a bit of a rough jump.
Just do it.
Both body and Andrea Riseborough plays an assassin who conducts her business through taking over the bodies of others. However, she soon finds herself at a crossroads with her very identity. With stunning special effects and a haunting storyline, Possessor is the kind of movie that will take hold of your mind long after watching it. Number 14, Altered States. This movie has a rather apt title, as it's both about mind-altering substances and may make you feel like you're on them as well.
How do you feel?
Not bad.
Oscar-winning Liquid Sky in search of a fish. And the Black.
In terms of plot, 2010 Canadian production, a must-watch. Before.
Please welcome an absolutely new crossout. A free-to-play multiplayer action game about battles in cool vehicles in a post-apocalyptic world. In the new update, the game has
changing the world of science fiction forever with the release of Star Wars in 1977. George Lucas first found his footing in the genre with THX 1138.
If you feel you are not properly sedated, call 348-844 immediately. Failure to do so may result in prosecution for criminal drug evasion.
His feature directorial debut, the movie was actually based on Electronic Labyrinth THX 11384EB, a 15-minute short that the then aspiring filmmaker shot while studying at USC's School of Cinematic Arts. The story is set in a dystopian future where sex, emotion, and family are illegal, and the uniformly dressed masses consume government-mandated drugs to make them more compliant. It was considered a flop